Okay. So, weird day today. I had myself several meltdowns. I was in bad spirits and I brought the whole gang down. It was terrible. Very, very bad mood, emotional regulation today. Tried my damnedest, but it wasn't happening. Realized a couple things today that kind of floored me a little bit that I didn't really think about before. The first one, on the way to group today, there was an accident, and I felt the urge to take a picture of it to prove that it actually was an accident, and that's why I was late. I did the same thing at the post office the other day. I was supposed to go to the post office and complete my mail stuff, and I went to 2 different locations and they were closed. So I took a picture of the sign that proved that I had gone there, but wasn't able to achieve the goal I was trying to achieve. I started thinking about that on the way to group, and I realized that the reason why I feel I have to prove myself is because my reality has been completely gaslit for years. So I felt like I needed to prove. I feel like I have to prove shit now. Nobody in my family believes that I even have CPTSD. They think that I have like schizophrenia or something. Like, I feel terrible for people with schizophrenia. It's a horrendous condition to have to deal with. But I'm not schizophrenic. And the rumor mill is something fierce, let me tell you. There is a just massive smear campaign going on me right now within my whole family. I'm having a difficult time with that because my mom has made herself the victim. And that's fairly upsetting. Woo, Lola! You tooted. I smells your butt. Gross. Ooh. You stinky butts. You has stinky butts. She looks so upset with herself right now. Anyway, so that kind of was a bit triggering, and it made me realize like how much I believe other people have such little faith in me, I guess, or I feel I have to, I don't know, prove I did something, prove something's accurate, prove something's fact, prove something's whatever. That's super disturbing. And then I realized, I think the harder part was that she's taking my trauma and making it about her. And she's putting herself in the victim role, which, I mean, let's just be honest, Linda. You're not a fucking victim. You're just not. Not anywhere near a victim. I'm going to clarify that right now. So when somebody who was abusive and neglectful towards you twists your story into them being the one victimized and you being the perpetrator, that is, it makes it very hard for me to do my DBT work. Wise mind, radical acceptance, it makes it very difficult. And today was about radical acceptance. Accepting what you cannot accept. I fall in and out of wise mind. I'm not there all the time. I get frustrated with myself that I'm not there all the time. I need to have more grace with myself. I need to allow myself room to grieve. I need to allow myself room to be angry. I need to allow myself to be frustrated. I just need to speak my feelings and say them with words instead of with actions or sarcasm, which is typically my defense mechanism, is sarcasm. You know, I use it for everything. And just my ability to want to avoid all of it. And I think that I've been racking my brain for the last 2.5 years or so. And so I never really had time to grieve it because I was too busy trying to figure it out. And now it feels like it's hitting. And I'm able to rationalize it out in my head, but I'm still really, really angry and hurt. And I don't know how to get to a place where I can get there. I know it's early on, but I'm just frustrated with myself. I just want to be better. I just want to be better. Yeah, I'm hoping she will accept me. I'm the same person. As a matter of fact, I think I'm probably getting better because I'm aware of things, but every time I talk to her about anything, I feel like I disappoint her because I don't have this shining, gleaming childhood that she thought I had. I did after age 10. You know, my stepdad came into my life and everything changed after that. But before that, no, it was total hell. And the memories that I've had my whole life, aside from the flashbacks, my mother was still abusive and neglectful. And that's one of the reasons why I asked her to take accountability for that. And when she refused, that kind of made it very easy for me to just be like, I think I'm okay, you know? I don't really need this in my life. I look like a fat Sal right now. Oh my God. Anyway, so that's what's going on today. I had a goal of working on a couple modules. And then when I was talking to one of the girls that runs the place, I was just like, you know what? I'm like toast today. Like I put so much mental energy and I'm exhausted, and I'm going to have to do modules tomorrow. I'm just going to have to love myself tonight, give myself some time to breathe, and then I can readdress tomorrow. I think that is the healthiest way for me to go about it right now. And it's not avoidance. It's maintaining my capacity. Yes, that's what it is. It's maintaining my capacity. Anyway, so yes, positive thoughts for myself. You had an incredibly emotional, triggering day. You had a very hard time self-regulating, but you did. I'm giving myself some grace about the radical acceptance and the wise mind, because I'm learning that it's really not possible to stay in it all the time. It's a process. You have to keep pulling your attention back to wise mind. So I'm trying to give myself some grace with that because I'm kind of a perfectionist a little bit, and I want to do things the right way. And so when I feel like I'm not doing them the right way, I get upset with myself. So I don't think there's a right way. I think there is the way that is going to work for me, you know, and I just need to give that some value because it's important. It's an important step, I think, in my healing process. So you were brave today. You shared some hard things today. You helped a fellow group member hopefully see that he is a valuable person. You spoke your truth today. And every day that you speak your truth, it makes it more real. It makes it more able to deal with, because I'm not avoiding it or questioning whether or not it's real or not anymore. I'm trusting myself now. And I'm going to give myself some grace about my flashbacks, because they're not 100% perfect. None of them are going to be. So I get details sometimes after the fact that kind of change things, or whatever, and people are expecting me to give them a full-blown memory, and that's not going to happen. They come in shreds. So I do the best I can to like verbalize what's going on in my head, but I gotta let the dog out. But I love you. You're a badass. You keep pushing it, girl.